Hi everyone, this is Raewyn and I'm in New Zealand doing my art journaling, junk journaling, bit of mixed media. So today is essentially going to be a flip through of a junk journal that I've been making over the last month or so, and I thought I would do one last little addition to a page and then we'll have a look at the whole journal. So I'm just going to add a little flip onto this page. A couple of weeks ago when I was at my mother's, I set myself the task of photographing some of her embroidered tablecloths, and this is one of the ones that I did that I've printed out. It's pretty cool, quite detailed, but it's probably a bit much just by itself, so I thought I'd add something to it and then we're going to add it on as a flip. So first of all, I have managed to acquire a book of British birds that I've copied some of them, and this is unfortunately most of them are very small, so I might have to work out to print them out a little, some of them a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put that one on there, and I've also got some sticker paper, which I'm sorry if it's a little bit glary because I want to use it to stick the actual flip onto the page. So I'm just going to cut a strip. It's a transparent sticker and I've really enjoyed using this. I think I'm going to stick my bird on first. It's just some tacky glue that I've put into a smaller bottle. Doesn't really want to come out. I'll put a bit of glue stick in the middle first. And I do have another bottle here that might work a little bit better. It's actually got art glitter glue in it. Try not to use it too much because it's a bit expensive, but it is good. So I'm going to put the bird there. And I thought I would just put a label up there. Some of the papers that I've got in this journal from a variety of places, and the stickers, and I'm not really very good at remembering who they all belong to. Some of them I know where they came from, but some I'm not. So what I've done is I've put the names of all the places on Etsy that I've actually ever bought things from, and I will tag some of them as well. There. This is just some cheap sticker paper that I acquired. I had a problem with it originally when I printed on my laser printer. I thought it should have been fine, but the surface seemed to come off a little bit, but I've lately done it on a photocopier, which should essentially be the same, but it doesn't seem to scratch off the surface, thankfully. So that's been a little bit better. Oops, a little bit scrunched up there, but it doesn't matter. Right, so I think that's almost put him there. On the inside, I'm going to put this label, which I stamped myself, and I've got this really cool stamp here that my son acquired for me. I guess it's probably a vintage piece. It's got a metal stamp that takes oil-based ink, and the number changes every time you stamp it. It's pretty cool. So we'll put that one here with another little printed out one over the top. I did a really bad job of sticking that on, didn't I? Because you can see a great big gap there. But never mind, because I'm going to put some washi over the top. So I'm still experimenting, doing live videos. I know that the last couple of videos I did with some different equipment had a bit of a whine on it, which was not very pleasant, and I think I may have identified that it's actually the power cable to my computer that is causing that. So I've unplugged it. I'll just have to remember to plug it in between, because otherwise I'll end up with my computer going flat halfway through, which would be pretty annoying. Okay, see if this is going to work, because just pop that over a little bit. Thought that would just bring a bit of colour in here, and it will actually tie in a little bit with the opposite page, which I have a piece of paper on because it's a shiny page, and I'm trying to eliminate the glare for you, so that should work. Okay, so I thought that I would also just put on the inside, these are some of the photos of the cloths that I've done, and this is on a sticker paper again. It's one I picked up for literally $1 in a sale bin, and I didn't realise at the time that it's actually a sort of fabric sort of sticker, but it's quite cool. So when I take one off, you'll see here the size of it. Like this one, that I am going to end up with some bits that are a little bit difficult to use, but that's alright, just adding tiny bits to something. And now I've got that off, I'm not sure that I want it, because I don't think that works. So I think we'll save that for another time. We'll just leave it like that. So I think this is probably done. I think this page here is from Rachel at Roxy's Creations. So yeah, I was inspired really by hearing people and seeing people doing Junk Journal July, and I had actually not followed any of the prompts. I hadn't downloaded them even. I don't know what they all are, apart from watching other people doing what they're doing. So I thought, right, I'll make a junk journal, but I'll just do it my way. So I'm pretty happy now how it's turned out. So the front and the back cover are actually the front and back cover of a Frankie magazine, which I think is an Australian magazine that I have a pile of that my daughter gave me. So yeah, I trimmed them up. It made quite a wide journal, but in the end it worked out okay. And I put an inside paper on it and some fabric to keep it a bit stronger. The outside's going to get a wee bit tatty, it's just got paper, but that's okay. So this is actually one of my stickers that is of my own work, and just a few bits and pieces on the front there. This one here is something I've just done because I can't stop myself buying things, and I've bought myself an engraver, and that's actually engraved with a laser engraver on a piece of denim. So still experimenting with that, but that's pretty cool. Right, so this first page, I'd been doing some experimenting for some things for school. I'm a primary school teacher here in New Zealand, teach kids who are about 9 and 10, and we were going to do some resist work. In the end we did it on paper. We were trying to do galaxies, but these are ones that I did just experimenting with some PVA glue, and that's on a bit of calico fabric and some different colours, probably inks and a bit of gold paint. No, in fact it will be gold ink as well, just put on there, made a little pocket, and I've done one in the back you'll see later as well. So this is some of that same sticker paper that I've just used, and a flower also on that sticker paper, some coffee dyed paper that I did. So I've got quite a range of different books and things in here, as well as papers that I've either made myself or got from other people. And some of them I've just put some paint on, some of them already had some paint on. It's a little vellum pocket. This has been printed on some sugar paper, which just gives a bit of texture. Again, something I did with my engraver. It actually got too much power, I think, and was falling apart, but once it was glued down it was fine. Made a little paper clip here, experimenting with hidden paper clips, and made a wee tassel to go on there, just with some coloured cottons. been trying to work with some accounting papers and things, which I don't have any old ones, so I've bought some and coffee dyed them myself, and did the same with some graph paper. Again, flowers I got from someone online. Maybe Took's, whatever her site is called. This is a page from the Frankie magazine. Everything I know I learned from. Not sure who I learned it from. All over the place. Lots of people. So this is just some roll-off paper from when I've been doing some printing. So I've tried to get a variety of things, because ideally I'd quite like to be using some of my own mixed media in these journals as well. So where it's needed something else, I've just put some paint on, some copper paint, and a mixture of different things that I've done. This paper here is momogami paper that I did. Again, I was experimenting for things to do with the kids at school. So it's been just kneaded with some baby oil. You can see I like that transparent sticker paper. This is also something I cut out with my laser printer, which again didn't necessarily go right. I think it was falling apart. I've just glued it back together onto the tag, and it sort of just fitted nicely into that little notch. Just some scrapbooking paper, which just needed using, and a stamp I think I've had for a long time, never used. And then I thought, not sure that it really goes in here, but I put some watercolour on. I think it's okay. Just adds a bit of contrast. This is one of the tablecloths. It's the same one that's in this sticker here. This is the one I printed off at home, which is, my printer's a bit dodgy and it's got lines all over it, but in the end it doesn't really matter. Another one of my glue resist experiments that, rather than sitting around on my desk, I thought I might as well put in here. This is something that I think was just put on regular copy paper, and I've put coffee on it. It's another one of my mother's embroideries. We tag. I just quite like these old pictures here that came out of the magazine, so I just have left that more or less, just a bit of washi on there. And some of my own paint, my own stickers, and a couple of tags. And this is another experiment that I've done over the last little while. I watch people using glassine bags, and I guess I could find some somewhere, but I didn't really want to buy them. So this is actually the inside of a cereal box. It's the wrapper that the cereal came in, and I have glued the one layer of a paper napkin to it. Made a really big pocket, which I quite like, so I've sewn that in onto another page, and then put a little expanding envelope in there. Got nothing in it yet, but maybe scraps from my desk. That's what it's covered with. Just wanted something that showed through on the other side. So just a little tag and some printed paper, again will be from Rachel at Roxy Creations, and another little hidden paper clip. This one's got a little tuck and an envelope in it. I just printed out leisure inside there. It's an invoice of some kind. I'm hoping to make some sort of papers myself. I really like this collage with the lace and sewing and things on it, so I'd, in the midst of experimenting with something like that myself, just learning some computer programs. Okay, this one's got a little flip out, which I quite like how this one turned out with a fern stamp. And just it's probably a little bit heavy for the paper that it's on, but it'll be fine. Okay, this one was just a book page that needed covering up a bit, so I've put some green gold paint and some actual metallic gold paint, and then did some stenciling over the top of it. It's just staying like that for now. This is the other side, sorry, this is the shiny page. Just made a little envelope, again with the expanding envelopes in there. I know it really should go in like this, but it keeps flapping and annoys me, so I've just put it in so the text is facing the right way. And we've got the one that we just did now. Little pocket and tag. It's the other side of the house stamps. Yeah, not sure about those, but they're there now. They're fine. Little postcard. And again, a page that just needed something on it, so I've put some paint, metallic copper paint. Here's another one of the little bags made from the cereal packets. So this one's also had a serviette put on it. This one just with a metallic spot and some tags in it, just something so it looks nice on this side. Oops, I think that needs sticking down again. And something else on the other side, just a little card. And this is from a children's dictionary, so it just needed covering up a little bit. Put some gesso on there and then stuck some background paper, some washi, a little flap. I turned my heater off, it's getting a bit cold in there. Have to hurry up. Okay, it's the other side. And a tag, which I think might be from Roxy Creations. Okay, there's a little letter that I've put on here. I've put a seal on the other side and just used the seal, just stuck it halfway so that it just tucks in, so you could still open it and put something else in there if you wanted to. On this page I've used something that I've cut out a stencil and just stenciled it on with some archival ink. Okay, so this one I've not been opening too many times because I put a little ribbon on there. What have we got in here? Alright, so this has been made with an envelope. Just covered the envelope. Some watercolour on there. Another one of my stickers. And just tied it up. It's quite cool, quite like that one. And on the other side I had this piece that I'd got, I think it is one of the free things that Tracy from Roxy Creations gave away, and I couldn't find the video where she'd done it, but I think this is meant to have lots of little tags in it, so I just made some little skinny tags. These are all out of our coffee boxes that I use. The inside of the coffee box has this cool texture, so I use them a lot for tags, and just made them different sizes so they go in like this. A bit of washi on top of there. The background is just from a magazine page. This is one of the embroideries, and a little washi sticker on here. A couple of really plain pages that something could be added to again later, and another book page with some papers with flowers being cut out and stuck on there, and another embroidery, just some papers and tags. This is an idea that I can't remember who did this, of some video I watched where people were making little snippet books, so it's in the style of an old matchbook, and then I'm not sure that I was very impressed with the way my little snippets turned out. The idea is you've got a little bit of ephemera that you can rip off and use on something else, and it was just there, so I thought I'd tuck it in there. This, not that bit is just some rolling out from when I've been doing gel printing. This bit here is actually a transparent sticker of a watercolour that I did a long time ago, and I photographed it before I'd finished doing what I was doing, and I've used that quite a few times, quite like it. And at the back another fabric pocket with a tag. And that's my junk journal that I've made during the month of July. So quite pleased with that. It's pretty eclectic, lots of very different things in it, but it's probably the way I journal anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed watching that and just seeing some of the work that I've been doing. Thanks for watching. Bye.